As companies trust more than on-car training and synthetic intellect, artificial intelligence, to discover the law job candidates, is recruiting in risk of loser how private concern? Peter Alley, a 21-year-old who graded recent year of Cardiff College in a extent in story, is hoping to get in industry advising. Sames attached for 55 jobs and provided about 15 interviews, but believes technique has difficult quite rather than helping his searching. The interviews weren't which he was waiting. Down there was no way to speak if I'd amazed them in my answers or expertise, as down there was no humane cooperation. Automatic aversion letters were else question for Peter, who is now making an outstanding internship at Solent's NHS Confidence. Just 10% of capacity patronage include taking into account me comprehensive feedback loop, he says. As look for work, we requirement to aware wherever and how we can enhance, if house in our resume, job expertise or though identity. But the is the new planet of technology-driven recruiting, and we'd superior get utilized to it. Employing and shooting is a period-consuming and expensive industry, so firms are hard to automation as lot of it as probable. An AI is creature advertised as the reply to nearly each enterprise recruiting prey. AI helps bring such subconscious and deliberate biases in recruiting practices by removal overall tendencies, love employing such to you and at first impressions, maintains L. Robinson of Control Consulting Kidd and Partners. By monitoring speaking, color and face movements in shot interviews, so programmed algorithms can both of rate up the recruiting trial and more than objective define appropriate candidates relying on the Mandrel criteria for a part. The key sentence down there is so programmed. Which if the algorithms themselves are bias reliant on technique one is inappropriate, believes Neil Griffiths, advisor at execution searching company Corn Ferry Boat. Love humans, micro-robots are not completely purpose in their judgments, and include been named to artifact the superstition of such who include programs them analysis historic information, machines can be forgetful to public developments and key shifts in thought. Therefore, a association of humane and robotic in the recruiting trial ensures a more than nuanced result. Job seeker websites include Surely Done It facilitating for patronage and alleged employees to discover every sum, and computers can sieve via CVS really quick, whittling downward the quantity of appropriate applicants relying on keywords related in the job part. Computers never get weary each and are consecutive in their attitude, in comparison with humans. Patronage Didnt include period to verify the trust and evaluate the skills of each capacity applicant, says Chris Buttstock, founding member and head execution of Cognisys, a forecast analysis business. Ours framework creates a digital section of not fair information of their CV, but they're responding via assessments and live video interviews. It analyzes face cues, flesh tongue and though how you say. It later assesses if the information gathered of your CV is not just real, but as well how nice a fit for the part you are. Brave claims really. But which if, love largest of us, thou'ry a bit nerve for the interviewing and not operating natural. Same machines find out to distinguish among common and anomalous humane behavior, so they can recognize if candidates are creature nerve and they can get the in review and will adjust the algorithms to expense for the, says Mr. Buttstock. But can an all go very aware if a CV is true? More than rather than a tertiary of us include overdone our job expertise, finds external reference, a link check plate, time more than rather than a block sculpt their CVs to suitable the roles they are using to, hoping recruiters win include period to verify references. Gemma, 23, a grade, is now looking for occupation and admits to lightly embellishing her CV while thou ve got the identical expertise as thousands of some job graduates you requirement to do certainly your CV stands out of the millions of other how patronage get each date, she says. I've just lightly corrected my CV, but it could be the distinction among receive in front line of a capacity tenant or no. External reference believes how the just way to speak if candidates are expressive fibs is to get up such references patronage normally ask for but frequently include no period to verify correctly. No CV, public print section, penal verify or interviewing is as strong as a legal link detail lived expertise, says Shelter Martin Seymour, external reference company founder and head execution. The Sydney-based business has undertaken the sluggish, historically guide trial of collecting references of early patronage and streamline it, with a safe on the internet plate. External reference asks candidates referees for feedback loop, later analyzes the tongue they utilize, looking for favorable, inert, and adverse mood. As temping agent Flexi saw in prospect in the quickly changing interim job marketplace and begun to use a conjunction of mental profile, information analysis, and car training to match stick-up safe accidental workers in the law companies. Using information to ensure trends and feedback loop is a strong instrument during the interim personnel maintenance marketplace, as his essential workers are effective, safe, and reliable, says Oliver Crofton, Flexi's operating CEO. Technique may do employing human beings more rapid and facilitating for companies, but it is not an end in himself, argues Raj Mukherjee, elder defect president of Food at Look for Work website. Really, the humane item should not get loose in the mixture. Artificial intelligence-powered technique gives recruiters behind the period to do humane protection, transformation, the job seeker expertise, and eventually, helps match stick ability to roles, he says. But for applicants love Peter Alley, it is in fact manufacturing the work hunting trial more than faceless and disconcerting.